Bravo Charlies. My name's Charlie, this is my daughter Jordan, and this is where we teach you how to make great tasting food with simple ingredients. If that sounds good to you, stick around through this whole video because we're making homemade chicken soup today that couldn't be easier to make.
Woohoo!
So let's start with the ingredients. Jordan, you want to show us what we have here? Tell us what all you cut up. Jordan prepped all this stuff before. What all do we have?
Okay, so we have carrots.
2 cups of carrots, already chopped. We use baby carrots, so they're chopped up kind of coarsely. Go ahead, what else did you cut?
Celery.
2 cups of sliced up celery.
Onions.
Half of a softball sized sweet onion.
Garlic.
Garlic, 6 cloves of garlic, 5 or 6 cloves depending on how much you like garlic. And by the way, I'll put all the ingredients down in the description below, and you can also find our links for Facebook and Instagram and all that other kind of stuff. Parsley, this is a pretty good handful of parsley that I coarsely chopped. We have 2 quarts of chicken stock.
Noodles.
1 bag of curly egg-free ribbons or egg noodles, whatever kind of noodles you want. But 1 bag. You can also use rice in this, and if you use rice, make the rice separately, and then at the end, once the chicken is all cooked, then put the rice in. In this case, when the soup is nearly done, I'm going to put the noodles in for about 5 or 6 minutes, and then shut it off and it'll be ready to serve. And lastly, we have 6 chicken thighs that I cut up into, say, I don't know, the size of a square inch. I like dark meat in my chicken soup rather than white meat, rather than breast. So we cut up 6 chicken thighs. And then what we're going to do with this is put it in, I have a large cast iron, come around here Jordan. I have a large cast iron, pan warming up here with some bacon grease in it from this morning, and also about 2 or 3 tablespoons of olive oil. So I am just going to brown up the meat first. We're going to brown this up. We're going to add a good amount of salt and pepper to it, so it's seasoned. And I like kosher salt, so we'll put a really good pinch of kosher salt in here, maybe 2. And then we'll check the seasoning once it's done in there. Okay, Jordan, while this is browning up, why don't you add the chicken stock to that pan and I'll turn on that gas. So the stock that the pot that we're using is actually my pressure cooker, but I can't find my regular soup pot because we just moved into the log cabin, as you know. If you've been watching any of my videos, we just moved in here and I can't remember where my soup pot is, so I'm just using the pressure cooker for this part. Let's see here. Okay, let me get this moving around a little bit. Yes. Okay, Jordan, go ahead and add the 2nd quart of chicken stock. Now, you'll probably need to fill one. We'll probably need to add another quart of water because that won't be enough. So we'll probably add another quart of water once we see everything in the pot to make sure there's plenty of broth for the soup. Okay, so we're going to start bringing this pot to a boil. She's got the chicken stock in there, and start bringing that to a boil. Before it gets too hot, Jordan, why don't you start pouring in the vegetables? Pull it down in so it doesn't splash. No.
I'm really bad at this.
Okay, so Jordan just learned a lesson. You don't pour from up here. You take it down in a pot and pour in that way.
Okay. I got scared, so I just kind of dumped it all in.
Okay, you can do the same thing with the onion, but go down in the pot. You're not going to get burnt.
How do you know that?
Because it's not hot yet.
How do you know? You touch it?
We just turned it on.
Oh.
Okay, got the garlic, the onion.
No, parsley.
Parsley, go ahead, pour the parsley in. And give a stir.
Ella!
The dog, you can't see Ella, our blonde lab. She's on the floor right underneath the stove. And was she licking your foot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She likes to lick me.
Mm-hmm. So this isn't a giant pot. Normally I double this recipe, but we're just doing this quick. It's Easter Sunday. We just want to make a quick episode of Bravo Charlie's and show you how chicken soup. I have a bunch of soup recipes on the channel. I'll put the link for the playlist right above my head right now. You can see all the different soups that we have. Chili, potato soup, tomato soup, beef soup, and ham and bean soup. And for some reason over the past years I've never made chicken soup. So decided to do chicken soup today because Jordan's been wanting to make soup. And you can't see my other daughter who's off frame right now glaring at us.
Why are you staring at us?
Why don't you come on frame and let everybody see your beautiness? Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. There you are. Now you're famous. You're forever enshrined on Bravo Charlie's on YouTube. You're welcome.
She was in the fudge making one.
She was. Okay, so the chicken is starting to brown up a bit. I have lots of salt and pepper in there, as I said, and Jordan has all the vegetables mixed in with the broth. Okay, so she's adding another quart of water just so we have plenty of broth. That's on top of the 2 quarts of chicken stock that she added. And once we put the meat in there, I'm going to put a lot of the juices that's in this pan with the meat in there as well. It'll be plenty hearty. And then once we add the noodles later. This only needs to boil about an hour.
Whole hour?
That gives the vegetables plenty of time to, maybe even less than that. We'll check the vegetables as we go. But you want to give the vegetables enough time to soften up, the chicken to cook thoroughly, and all of the juices and spices and everything to come together. And looking at this pot, I think we have the mixture just perfectly. It feels like a good amount of vegetables and chicken to broth ratio, and then we'll add the noodles later. Okay, so we're back. Let me fill you in on a little bit of what we did while we were gone. Okay, so I did bring this to a boil for about 10 or 15 minutes, then brought it down to a simmer for a good half an hour. I checked the consistency, added another 2 cups of water. So we now have 2 quarts of chicken stock and 1.5 quarts of water. Brought it back up to a boil so we can add the noodles. Okay, so go ahead, Jordan, just dump the noodles directly in. Don't let the bag touch the metal because it'll melt. Put the bag in there, dump it all in. Go ahead, dump it in. Now, let's give it a stir. And like I said, I brought this back up to a boil so that the noodles could cook now. And then we're going to cook this for, say, another 7 minutes or so until the noodles are done. So now we have 4 full quarts of liquid in here. 2 of water, 2 of beef broth. Let's give it, Jordan, can you give me a large spoon out of the silverware drawer? And let's give it a taste, because now is the time, thank you. Now is the time you want to check the seasoning and make any adjustments if you have to. Needs a little bit of salt, needs a little bit of pepper.
Can I put it in pepper?
Sure, go ahead.
How do I do this?
Hold it with one hand, twist with the other. Twist it back and forth. There you go. That's probably good. That's probably good. Okay, so she put in, say, about a 1/4 teaspoon, maybe, about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. I put in a good pinch of salt. It was pretty close. The flavoring was pretty close when I checked it. Now we'll try it one more time here as these noodles cook. Okay, Jordan, come here. You could taste it this time.
I have a hot, sensitive mouth. Heat sensitive mouth.
That would be a heat sensitive mouth. You're going to blow on it for a second. Okay, it'll be fine. Go ahead.
It's hot, but it's good.
No, seriously, what do you think?
It's really good.
Does it need anything?
Yeah, it tastes like granny soup, and I like her soup.
Okay, so it tastes like grandma's soup. We're gonna leave it as is, and that's it. That's it, folks. So We're gonna let this cool down. Jordan's gonna have this for dinner. I'm having what's in the slow cooker crock pot for dinner. And we will see you next time at Bravo Charlie's. Subscribe if you like this content. All the links for all of our social media pages will be below. Ingredients will be below. And check us out next time. See you later.
Sound check, frame check.
No, we don't need to do that. Okay, when we start putting the ingredients in, you're gonna stand over here. Okay? Stop eating the ingredients. We're not there yet. Come back
At least
here.
I'm eating healthy.
Come back here.
At least I'm eating healthy.
Okay, let's try and get this in one take, okay?
You are almost about something with me.
Okay, one take, okay? Hello and welcome to a new episode of Bravo Charlie's. Wait, I want to change my opening a little bit. What are you doing? Get back here.
I'm doing as fast as I possibly can.
Hello, welcome to Bravo Charlie's. This is where now. Hello and welcome to Bravo.
Bravio. You should make bloopers at the end.
I think